2020 election time, you guys. I guess we're counting votes days after the election, and we're coming up with thousands and thousands of new votes for pedophile, creepy Joe Biden. How many of you would agree that something smells fishy in the halls of our county election officials? Dr. B, I'm going to get you in the stream. I've texted Leah. Hopefully she will come on soon.
Hey, Leah, what's up?
Good. Good evening, Dr. B. Good evening, Dr. B. We're in a hot mess right now.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to be bad, but oh my God. There's video that's just awful. Did you see the video I posted about the guy
counter?
having a total tantrum, flipping off the votes and wrinkling them? That guy is too easy to identify. But what's really nice, Dr. B, is that they are getting on video. It's like somebody who's a part of that room, not too obvious, was able to video.
That's good, actually.
We're gonna get a lot more of that.
Yeah. Oh, Project Veritas is gonna be very, very busy in the next 78 days now. Between now and January 20th. And right now, if people don't see the fraud,
right?
Either you're complicit in the fraud, or you're just plain stupid. And honestly, I'm inclined to believe both, because honestly, the United States electorate is very stupid. Because you actually have some legit votes for Biden.
How many?
I don't know, but they had all of them aren't fraudulent. They got some fraudulent ones, but no, there are people who legit voted for Joe Biden. Then I was listening to a morning show because I was driving with my wife because I had to get my car serviced, and on the way to work, she was listening to some morning show on one of the hip hop stations here, and they were literally bragging that Joe Biden got more votes than any other candidate in the history of the election. So you're telling me a senile, corrupt person that loves minors, and I'm not talking about the ones that dig in dirt, got more votes than the man who was the first person of African descent to run and win the presidency? He got more votes than that?
And they're bragging about it. Like, that's cute. That's funny.
And then, like, they had the other comment. They were comparing how Trump was reacting to the election and how Biden was. He said, Biden has such a nurturing tone. I said, yeah, he's so nurturing. Y'all just completely forgot about the 94 crime bill.
Yeah. Or
that he hobnobbed with people like George Wallace.
Yeah.
And never denounced them during his entire career. I'm going to say something really, really blunt, and I'm just going to have to say it. Those are some ignorant ass Negroes. Sorry. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. You are literally you are the step and fetch type of Negro that the Democrat Party loves, because you don't question or are critical of anything they do, and you're bringing the rest of the black community along with them.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's sad. Sad. I was like, this is what Brandon Tatum should have talked about when he said the black community will never get ahead. That's the reason why. The videos he chose were garbage. That's the reason. He could have had like 1 million hits on that video if he'd have just focused on that. But it's sad. It's sad listening to like mainstream black media. I'm like, wow.
So it's not just that though. Fox News dropped the ball.
No, I'm not gonna say Fox News dropped the ball. That's why I said I even got on ABL. Can you talk about Fox is supposed to be conservative? Fox hasn't been conservative in about a decade. Stop it. Just because you're used to them being... I'll put it this way. Fox hasn't been conservative since Roger Ailes left. Once he left...
I was talking more specifically about calling that Arizona...
that was
Arizona call.
You got to realize, nothing is a coincidence.
Yeah, no, I get it.
That was not an accident. Because the reason why they did that, if they called Arizona first... And all the media outlets said, oh, the conservative media outlet called Arizona. So we have to call Arizona. By the way, they're one of the 7 media outlets that were the official callers of the election.
I don't even understand this official calling crap.
Come on
Like,
now. No, Fox is part of the deep state. If you haven't realized that by now, you're missing a butter knife in your drawer. Sorry, you're a few utensils short of a full set.
You're trying to be so nice tonight, Dr. B.
Oh no, I'm not. I can't be nice. I can't be nice. It's not time to be nice. This is the problem. People have been too nice.
And if Republicans had a little bit of backbone the last 20 years, we wouldn't be having this problem.
Well, the problem is they've been loyal opposition for the past 50.
Yeah.
And if
even Dan Bongino was talking about when he ran for public office, he was ahead in the evening. Maybe they were 2,000 vote difference, and then the next morning, all of a sudden, poof. And he said afterward he completely regretted it because someone let him know what kind of cheating was going on, and he didn't fight. He regrets it.
You know what needs to happen? And I was talking about this with I got some really right-wing friends. I mean, really far right.
You should bring them on the show.
You're not ready for them yet, yo.
Well, you like said far right. Yeah, like QAnon.
No, further than that, and I mean like compared.
Further than that.
Yeah. We're not gonna talk. We're not gonna talk about it. We're not ready for that discussion yet.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give you an example in history. Are you familiar with the Battle of Athens in Tennessee?
I don't know. I'm a public school product, so they probably skipped it.
I'm going to explain the Battle of Athens to you. This happened around, I want to say 1948. Let me get the date right. It might have been 1945 actually. It's in the mid 40s. Battle of Athens. I want to go over this. 19.
Leah's on her way, by the way.
Okay, great. 1946. Some ex-GIs from World War II were accusing the local sheriff's office of predatory policing, police brutality, political corruption, and voter intimidation because they tried to vote the corrupt sheriff out, and he was voter intimidation, stuffing the ballots to make sure he went back in power. Do you know what those veterans did?
Fought back?
Yeah, and I mean not just fought back with fists. They brought their guns, and there was a shooting war.
Yeah.
To secure that ballot. If the Republican Party had any balls, especially at the local level, when you saw those poll representatives putting up plywood and cardboard on the windows so that you couldn't see, every last one of them should have went down to Lowe's and Home Depot, bought a sledgehammer, and started busting those windows out. Said, screw you, we're going to watch this. I'm serious. Your country is at stake. It's time to stop sitting by. The Founding Fathers were not a bunch of punks. I'm sorry, they weren't. You had literally the Battle of Concord in Lexington was fought by a church congregation.
Hello.
In fact, it was a mixed church congregation. Most people don't even want to talk about that. You know how many black men died on that battlefield at Concord and Lexington? At Lexington.
Yeah.
They don't tell you about that. Those people were willing to die for their freedom. And I'm looking at these battleground areas, and they're just complaining about the cardboard going up. Rip that sucker down.
Rip that sucker down.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to start getting like the left and start breaking some stuff. Then they'll take you seriously because your rights don't matter unless you got the force to back it up. Talk is cheap at this point.
That's right, Dr. B. That's right, Dr. B. and then you got these people marching in the streets. They're now against the left for letting the fascist party get away with so much. So who is this marching in the street now? If they're not liberals, they're not leftists, and they're definitely not conservatives.
Who are you talking about marching in the street?
All right, let me see if I can find the post of what city it is. It was Instagram just an hour ago. They had signs that said, I'm so sick of Instagram. They had signs that said, "Are you going on your Instagram?"
Who me? Yeah. Yeah. I had to actually set up a new one.
Oh, that's
And
right.
yeah, because like not only did my Insta get banned, I got banned off of all my Facebook platforms, even my normie page that I talk with family with. That one is
Are you
private.
kidding me? Are
Yeah,
you kidding me?
my private normie page got banned, and I am rarely political on that. I am very rarely political on that page. That's for me to talk with family and to follow some of my hobbies. That is gone.
And why do you think that they targeted you like that?
I know exactly why, because I have Proud Boys that are some of my friends.
Like actual friends, and
Like
they message
actual
you.
friends that I actually talk with. Yes. I met
And
Enrique Tarrio, the chairman. I met him
uh-huh.
personally several times.
Okay,
Shook the man's
okay,
hand.
okay. Yeah, I can't easily find it. I didn't tag it, but there's some march going on where there's some signs that say uh, "and the fascists and the liberals that allowed them to get this far" or something like that. But you know what? The military is showing up, or the
Yeah,
other police are showing up.
I said this before, and I'll say this again. This year is a turning point for this country. Do not be surprised if actual small battles pop up around this country. We are
They better,
way overdue
they
for
better get
civil
it together.
unrest.
They better get it together.
We are way overdue for civil unrest. I mean, even Thomas and Jefferson said this. The tree of liberty, from time to time, is watered with the blood of patriots and tyrants. This is Jefferson. They knew what it took to be free. And we've been far too complacent. Like, literally, we're at the point where we got, I wouldn't say stage 4 cancer, but we're at stage 3 and it's almost stage 4. And unless you do something about it, the whole body's going to die.
We need a million. We need a million man march.
We need a million people march armed.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, like,
exactly.
literally, anytime Virginia can have a gun rally with about 50,000 armed people, and it may have to happen again, but depending on this governor.
Yeah.
He's been kind of quiet lately because of COVID, because no one's been doing anything. But if it gets bad enough, oh, you'll see him again. I'm like, this is how close we are. People think I am saying this in a hyperbolic manner. I am dead serious.
No, I know you.
This
are,
is how close. This.
People don't really want to lose their lives. You know, they
Yeah.
don't really want to lose their lives. I get it. I get it, Dr. B. I'm gonna go ahead and add Leah. Leah Love has come into the stream. Leah, wave your hand if you are ready. Wave your hand. There you go. Good
All right, I'm
evening,
here.
Princess.
How are you all?
We
Stressed
are
out?
recovering. You know what, Leah? We are recovering. I mean, I know I can't speak for Dr. B. Well, maybe I can. Dr. B, you know that cough I'm always giving you a hard time about?
Yeah.
Mine came back, and it's with a vengeance.
Mine's an allergy cough and probably a little bit of me hollering and ranting. It wasn't that bad before I got on there.
Well, mine has been really, really rough to where my daughter's concerned about me. And so I'm on Delsum.
Yeah.
Delsum super.
With me, it's a purely nervous cough because I don't cough all I don't cough it all during the day until I get on here. I don't know why it's a nervous cough. Maybe I need some I need some hypnosis. I don't know, but like soon as I get nervous,
you might have a sense. You could have a sensitive stomach anyway, because I know that when I first got married to my ex, this was like 1990. I had a cold, and then the cough seemed like it would last forever. And so Lockbert knows what you're reading. Look at. Hold on. I got a cold and I started coughing for like a month, and I took some psyllium husk to clean up my system, and that worked. And then 15 years later, I got a divorce, and I was coughing, and they checked my throat, and they found that lump that was not related to the coughing. So I appreciate the coughing, but I did have thyroid cancer, so they took that out, which I think is great.
Wow.
Fast forward to COVID-19, I got 3 coughs so far. The first one was a regular cold before we all got told there was a virus. and we all dealt with it at work like no big deal, but it was probably the virus. And then about a month and a half ago, I told you guys I got tested for a cough because I was coughing during my singing thing. And then now I'm coughing the last since election real bad. And I just think that my nervous system is a little jacked up, even though my soul feels really good, my spirit feels really good. We know our president's going to be okay, but my nervous system is just a little jolted. What about you, Leah? Are you able to sleep through the night?
It's not as I would like it to be, but at the same time, extremely agitated. But I had to take a moment and just literally, ground myself and realize that everything is in order. And I think that for the most part, as we have seen, I think through this whole year, what I've been really thinking about is the fact that while the leftists have been talking about just how racist Trump is, an interesting take on this is that from a spiritual perspective, throughout 2020, many Caucasian Americans have had to do some soul searching and come to the conclusion that we're not going to succumb to white guilt. Truly and honestly, we are not racist. They have been able to really reflect and be honest with themselves. Am I racist? Am I not? I've had a lot of DMs from many individuals all over the country who said, I've had Black friends for years. It's not like, oh, I got that token Black friend. Like my coworkers, my friends, I got a sister-in-law who's Black, whatever, and they're just soul searching themselves, like, am I racist? Am I not? What's going on? And I think that one of the benefits of this year is that a lot of white America have had to ask themselves this question and have had to search themselves, and then have had to come out and say, actually, I'm not. I'm right. I'm not, even though they want to shame me, but I am not. And so I think that that's one of the positive things about this, and that it's brought the country together. And now that people are seeing the blatant fraud with the election, they are realizing that no longer is it about race, even though BLM and the small minority of Black people who want to remain victims, it's no longer about race. People of all ethnicities are realizing now is the time that we just simply become Americans. Period.
That's absolutely good. Leah, you hit that spot on. Dr. B, what about you?
I agree. And here's the thing about white Americans in this country. I'm a flat out say this, and it's been a meme, and you've seen it, and it made the media completely flip out. It's okay to be white. It's okay to be proud that you're white. Honestly, be proud of your culture. The only thing is that do not try to subvert other people's culture. Don't try to keep other people down just to boost your culture up. Make it on your own steam. Heck, if you do something great and you disproportionately represent that particular sector, okay, that is perfectly fine because you did it on your own. There's no shame in that. And the thing that the left has done, they make it seem like it's a white supremacist country. Yeah, I see other ethnic groups that not only are successful, but more successful than whites on average. So that's horse crap. It's all. If it were a pure meritocracy, things would be okay. But if we're a pure meritocracy, there wouldn't be a population you can manipulate. If you knew that, if like in a sporting event, you don't see them having diversity hires in sports, or even when they try to and the person's not very good, they get fired because the objective is to win games. Because if you don't win games, you don't get fans, you can't make money. It is that simple.
That's right. That's right. So my issue that I was having today, and I have to refrain myself from being on Facebook. I actually took the app off of my phone so that I wouldn't be tempted. I'm angry at Christians. Why am I the only one putting the hat on and talking on my Facebook? And y'all
really?
are in my DMs. Y'all are messaging me via text. Girl, what is going on? This crap, BS. well, the person who texts me, she's actually super vocal on Facebook. She doesn't care. But I wish that there were more like her and I. You know, her and I are pretty vocal. I wish there were more. I wish that pastors felt comfortable talking more. I just think that there's some very, very troubled people out there that somehow managed to think it was okay to vote for Joe Biden because they don't like President Trump. Like we're just going to stick it to him. No darn well that if Joe Biden was running against a more favorable Democrat, you would never give him the second thought.
That's
but
right.
Your wicked self, because you're in all this fornication, you're in all this alcohol, sex addiction, pornography addiction, that you have to poke fun at the man that they can't take down because he doesn't have all your vices. You're secretly jealous of him, that there's nothing to blackmail him. And you're secretly jealous of him because he has confidence because you don't. And you want to just take him down. I'm sorry. We're not going to let you do that. We're not going to let you do that. But I'm angry that more Christian people didn't stand up until it was too late.
Right. Yeah.
Now they want to be more vocal. There's a small handful of men online that are vocal about President Trump.
Yeah, and the thing is that if you're talking about Christians or pastors, I'm
talking about Caucasian ones more so. The black ones aren't doing much.
Oh no, they're not going to do much. I'm talking
about the Caucasian ones.
No,
everybody that was scared to say anything because they could be accused of being racist. You know what? Jesus was accused of some stuff too. Okay, you'll get over it.
Here's the thing. This is what I'm getting sick and tired of, that meek, weak Christian. Can anybody remind me when Jesus went to the temple and was having an exchange with the money changers and the merchants at the temple? What did he do?
Turn those tables over.
Yeah,
and had a grown man fit.
Yeah, that's exactly. He flipped his. Jesus Christ literally flipped his ish on those people because he wasn't about being nice. He came to bring a sword to divide, to cut the fat from the lean. I'm like, stop being so weak. That's not what happened. I remember I had a pastor a long time ago when I was like in my teens and early 20s. He said, "I don't serve no punk Jesus." I'm like, yeah, exactly.
But you know what is interesting, and I think this has been a conversation that many Republicans have been having internally over the past couple of days, and I've seen many people, many pundits mention this. Now they're talking about how about Republicans use some of, not the evil tactics, but some of the tactics of the leftists. Because we are moral, we're even keel. We don't believe in nonsense and just beating people up and doing all this extra stuff. We want to protect property. We want to protect people's lives. And it seems like many people are arguing about where's the GOP? Where is the GOP speaking out in Congress right now, doing press conferences about the fraud?
Did you see Karen
Where's the people? No, I didn't see him, but I've been trying to catch up on all different, all the pundits. But at the end of the day, I was watching Dan Bongino today, and he was like, we need to learn a lot, unfortunately, from the left. They will get out. They will, support each other regardless, and they will protest. They will do it. And I know that Arizona, which you won't see a lot, but we had a lot of people, pro-Trumpers, out at the Arizona election board. Today. We had a lot of people protesting in Michigan as well, but at the end of the day, I think we're too docile. At the end of the day, at some point, if you got a bully on the block, at some point, you gotta stand up. And we keep talking about it, but at the end of the day, I'm really looking forward to these situations bringing, conservatives to the point where we're not going to be bullied anymore. We're not going to just watch you blatantly commit fraud and we just sit here and just talk about it and who's going to help us. I hope there's lawsuits. I hope somebody helps us. I hope America does okay. We got to stop. We got to take action at some point.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't see Lindsey Graham saying anything. I didn't see Ted Cruz. I did see
I'm
Pam
curious.
Bondi out there. Well, the campaign heads are out there. They may have been told to stand down, stand back for a minute, and let the campaign handle this fight.
No,
Um,
I
is there
actually
any?
heard.
Go ahead.
Actually, I actually
I
heard
hope not.
this.
Dr. B,
I
do you have it? Just to give you a heads up, do you have anything in the queue for sharing on the screen? Do you
no,
have
not right
anything?
now. Not right
And
now.
is there anything I need to pull up on the screen? Do I need to get a Politico or anything up? Get it
No,
ready?
not at all. No.
Okay.
I want to make this point because I listened to John Fredericks in Virginia, and he mentioned this that there are both appointed officials in the Republican Party that I mean Trump appointed officials in certain areas that did not want to go to Philadelphia because they thought it was too dangerous. I'm sitting there like, honestly, if you're a government official, if it's so dang on dangerous, get you a piece and go to Philadelphia.
Seriously.
If I'm like oh, I gotta go to a dangerous area to get to secure a vote, give me my pistol. I'm taking my AR with me. We're going to count some votes.
Yeah.
And I wish someone would try to do something to me while I'm doing that.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. There are
So is
plenty of
that the
people on
majority
Instagram
of
that
the
are ready.
party then? Is that
Huh?
the majority of the party? And it's really making me think that, I need to think about other things because we can't just allow the leftists who are radical and who will just do whatever and absolutely crazy. And it's been said about the Republican Party for years that they're far too docile. The GOPs that have already been elected, they stay quiet when crap goes down.
Yeah.
So
It's all about I keep saying this and say this, as far as the actual GOP, you got some really good individual candidates out there. But as far as the actual establishment of GOP, they are literally loyal opposition. Trump hijacked that party. Trump does not represent the GOP. He was a third party
right.
candidate that hijacked a major political party. You got to realize when he ran for president the first time, he was part of the Reform Party. That was Ross Perot's party. He jettisoned that party when David Duke joined. Which is why everybody goes, well, you denounce white supremacists. I'm like, if you go back 20 freaking years ago, when he was trying to get the Reform Party nomination in 2000, he left the party because David Duke joined. And flat out say he's a racist and that party is going downhill. He even called out Pat Buchanan at the same time. But you guys, people are too stupid to do a freaking Google search for this stuff.
mm-hmm.
But Google can't be trusted. So DuckDuckGo that stuff.
DuckDuckGo. That's right.
DuckDuckGo, Google search. I don't care what searching you use. It was a simple search to find that clip. It's not hard to find.
Well, then that's why after this election, I'm going to claim independent because I'm not going to be affiliated with a party that, is in bed with the Democrats and sits quiet while they do all manner of socialist shenanigans. That's it.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, regardless of the results of this election, people are worried about this from 2020. Because right now the Republican Party still has control of the Senate and actually gained seats in the House. So even if Biden just miraculously pulls off the greatest cheating scandal or scheme ever in election history, he's not going to be able to do much.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's bad enough, they might even lose the dang on House because people are going to be ticked. It's just like what happened when Trump won, and then all of a sudden midterms, his opponents showed up in droves. It'll happen in 2022 unless they start changing the rules. But then again, between 2020 and 2022, the shooting war might start. The really, really bad part people need to worry about is 2024.
Yep.
Because if you think about it this way, Biden is 78 years old. Do you really think he's going to run for re-election in 2024? In fact, I don't even think...
Kamala's already going to be president within 4 months.
Exactly.
It's not even 4 years, 4 months. She'll be president.
Yeah, exactly.
She's done.
She is to the left of Bernie Sanders. She is in the. In fact, she's not. I'll put it this way: she's to the left of Bernie Sanders because that's where the party shifted. Kamala Harris has no principles. She has zero principles.
Zero principles.
She is all about ideology.
Yep.
She's going to do whatever it takes to maintain power. Her only principle is power. She is literally a freaking Sith Lord.
Yep.
If anybody's familiar with Star Wars and how the Sith work, that's exactly what the Sith are all upset about. Power.
Yep. She sold that in California.
Yeah. Yeah. I got something I want to go over with you guys since I am in the driver's seat. We got a little bit of breaking news, but I don't think it's good news.
About what?
But I'm sharing the screen with you. Give me a second. It'll pop right up. You guys see that?
I saw that, yeah.
You know what that is?
The ballots.
Stolen ballots found under a rock on the side of the road in Glendale, Arizona.
I know. I already know about this. That's what I'm saying. I know you say I know it's bad news, but I already knew this was happening. So it's not even news to me. None of this is news to me. I knew the cheat was on from day one. That's why I was worried about this election. I said, I am sick. I am worried sick about this election. I was hoping that the red wave could be strong enough to breach that wall, but they have figured that
it was strong enough. Dr. B, it was strong enough. They stopped and they launched this nonsense. Look at this. This lady puts it in plain English. When Trump won Florida, Texas, and Ohio, that's when the Democrats launched Operation Stop.
Stop this ish. Yeah.
Stop. Let me tell you something. We were about to take it. Don't shortchange the enthusiasm for stopping socialism.
Well, I'll put it this way.
Hey,
here's a stat that no one's talking about.
In Pennsylvania.
Here's a stat that no one's talking about. I saw this and I was like, "What?" I couldn't believe it. And this goes to show you that you have to pay. And Trump kind of did this. He tried to court the black vote, and it worked. He actually went up significantly amongst the black vote. He went from 8 to 12, about 12 to 13%, which is not bad. The problem is that the white male vote.
It's terrible.
Huh?
That's terrible.
What's terrible?
From 12 to 13 only?
No, he went from 8 to 13%. He only got 8
last
time.
I thought you said 12. Sorry.
I said he went from 8 to 12 or 13%, depending on what poll you look at. He actually lost ground. I don't know how the heck he did. Or I can kind of get how he did it. He lost ground with the white male voter. His white male voter percentage went down 7%. I was stunned. I was like, yeah. They didn't show up. And I'm going to tell you why. And Michael Savage, who was super right-wing. A lot of people criticize Michael Savage, but he's right on this one. Trump should, and he got this advice probably from Jared Kushner and all his other campaign advisors. He didn't run the best campaign he could because the platform he should have went on and pushed this hard was... He did borders. He got the borders part right to have border security. But he should have pushed culture and language. Borders, language, and culture. That's what makes America America. I don't care what race you are. Everybody in this country speaks English. And everybody is a part of American culture because if you look at American culture, it's a hodgepodge of all the other immigrants that came here before. Especially the immigrants that came pre-20th century. And the thing is that he didn't really push that cultural button enough. Yes, you can say make America great again, but you got to really say, hey, if under my presidency, we're going to keep this America. He was trying to play the immigrant card, say, oh, I'm going to give the DACA people, I think it was like 800,000. Said, oh, we'll bring in 1.8 million. What? You think your white male voters would like that? No, they don't. They don't want any of them here to tell you the truth because they're here illegally. You say, look at Lava. Maybe the old white male voter. I think he was done with the seniors. I'm like, I don't know.
Well, here's the question. Here's the question I have.
Down. He meant to say down.
If
down with
he
the seniors.
Done.
Yeah.
I think
Down.
it was
He
done
meant to
with
say. He meant to say down.
Well,
okay,
He
down. I
corrected
see. Okay.
himself right here.
Here's the thing, though. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying, because at the end of the day, are you saying that the white male population just sat out and didn't vote at all, or that they went to Biden? Because at
They
the
didn't
end
go
of
to.
the
Oh,
day,
hell no, they didn't go to Biden. They sat out.
but why? I'm not sure about that, because at the end of the day, they know the totality of Trump's agenda and what he's been doing for these past 4 years. So just because he didn't talk about language,
it went down for some reason. Think about this. If it goes down 7%, why did they sit out?
Who's keeping track of that? And do we trust those results?
One of my friends brought this up. I'm going to pull it up. Let me see if I can find it again. It's on my phone.
They understood the impact that they would have on this election, and for them to sit out, I'm still not buying it. I mean, I think that is unnecessary. They should have voted.
So there's a big rally tomorrow, you guys. Look, there's a rally tomorrow.
Let me see if I can find this. I'm gonna put it up
in
on
Maricopa.
camera. I'm gonna find the date and put it
That's
up on
one
camera.
Of the things Dan Bongino talked about as well. Leah, I watched the same show you did, and Dan Bongino saying we got to keep the enthusiasm up. We got to have some more rallies and put public pressure on these other counties that are shucking and jiving for the plantation party.
That's right. That's right.
Come on, where is my stat?
And I'm loving one of the things that I showed on a video that I put out today, and letting people know, because I know not everybody knows about everything that's going on. People are working, they got families, they got lives. But I shared with people, if you don't know about James O'Keefe and Project Veritas, please connect yourself. I showed it in the video. I showed their actual Instagram pages and whatnot, because they are like one of the last remaining, independent, real journalists. And they have had the breaking news. I don't know if you guys heard about it with the USPS whistleblower. So they had if you haven't heard about it, they had a whistleblower that was came out and showed that his supervisor said that any ballots that were received on November 4th, rather than just sending them through, because that was already too late, they had to set those aside so that they could be hand stamped with a backdated November 3rd. And then they were sent via express to the different polling sites. And this is a whistleblower within the USPS, the Inspector General.
They were putting them in express bags.
Yes, to send them off.
They're too vulnerable to other people's fingerprints. Heck no.
So now the Inspector General over the entire USPS has heard about the story, and they're looking into it. And this has happened in multiple places. And I think the morale, I love the, what you guys are saying about the rallies and whatnot, because at the end of the day, the morale is really, really low, that we're at this point in America where Americans can blatantly, falsify and, create fraud and fraudulent incidents. And we all are just standing here looking at it. Like, we see it right in front of our eyes. There are thousands upon thousands of, eyewitness videos, people commenting, people sharing things with officials, people showing up to the polls and told that they already voted when they hadn't. People who are dead are listen sending in ballots.
Rogan O'Hanley says, how the hell did a guy that never left his basement, barely speaks in full sentences, and openly said he'd end the oil industry, even come close to the guy with 90-mile car parades and 5-time rallies a day with 30,000 plus? How? This is really what we want to know, because they've been planning it. They have these ballots
for a very long time.
Yeah.
For a very long time. But my question is this.
They didn't care that it was Joe Biden. They didn't care that he couldn't speak. They didn't care that he was in his basement. It didn't matter, because they had the ballots already stashed.
But you know what? Somebody asked this question, and I hope that somebody will raise it again once, Trump continues on with his second term. Why have you not, if you knew that they were going to do this stuff, why have you not clarified and set up a uniform voter system in this country? You waited 4 years to allow them to do this. You got people with Sharpies. Me, I had an electronic thing where I didn't do any pen work, like I was on the screen or whatever. Why after, you know what's going to happen. You know you came to drain the swamp. Why didn't you fix this prior to the next election?
Well, to be fair, he was kind of preoccupied with getting impeached over Russia and then
True.
Ukraine.
I just hope, that's what I'm saying. I hope that this next one, if he's looking forward to, clearly he can't run again after this, assuming that he gets this next 4 years. But please fix this. We need to stop this. As the best country in the world, we're acting like a third world country at this point. What's going on?
This is kind of funny. Georgia Democrats be like, we found 60,000 ballots in a water main due to COVID. So the California wildfires are going to delay our count until the earthquake stops.
Did you hear the story about the water main? I was listening to Mark Levin earlier.
I didn't hear about it. But
in Atlanta?
What was that?
Yeah, the one in Atlanta. That water main break happened in a completely different part of the building. It wasn't even in the same room. It was an excuse.
They stopped it.
They stopped it because of that. I'm like, you could have kept counting. You call a plumber.
So it says it wins Pennsylvania. I've seen this election is updated to Pennsylvania. Leah, do you have anything on your screen outside of what I'm doing that might show confirmation on that Pennsylvania count?
I mean, Newsmax is still showing. No, Newsmax is still showing that though Trump is ahead, they're not calling it for him. I'm going to go to Politico and see, even though they're kind of crap.
There's a specific user who has a post that I just have to show you, but I have to type in his name in the screen. I think I can get it for you. And it'll be something to make you smile. How about that? If he's not banned, I'm surprised they didn't ban Jimmy J. He seems to be okay.
In the kitchen.
Shout out to Uber guy Jimmy J if you're watching. Shout out. Follow his YouTube channel. He's the one that had Joe Brown on.
Well, I mean, the latest on Politico is that there's a difference of about 50,000 between Trump and Biden, with Trump winning, but they still have not called Pennsylvania. Even though I understand them calling Pennsylvania from the Trump perspective, but it's not been, quote unquote, fake officially called. Because at this point, I call all of them fake. So whatever.
The strippers in ATL would have had all the votes counted, stacked, and banned by now.
Exactly. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Yeah,
yes, it's ridiculous. And you know what? I just want to say this. I just want to say this because I posted a couple of videos today about it in regards to the Bevelin Beatty stabbing on election night and some of the things that she said. But at the end of the day, I should not be surprised, but I'm going to say that another positive aspect of this election cycle is that Black people are going to finally draw a line in the sand between the independent / conservative and the liberals. Because at the end of the day, many of these states that have, swing states and, highly contested, whether it's Michigan with Detroit, they're covering the things with cardboard. We've got the Atlanta, Fulton County, which is next to where my house is. It is a mess, and Black people are complicit in wickedness. They're complicit in promoting evil and doing evil, all on behalf of so-called race politics. And at the end of the day, there's going to be a reckoning, and Black people need to understand, if you're going to keep talking about all this quote unquote unity and blah, 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 you're going to fall down in the pit with the rest of them. We need to separate.
Lawford says Associated Press shows only 90% of precincts reporting in Pennsylvania, but they did call it for Trump though, because of the difference in votes.
Yeah,
I want to show you this real quick.
So you guys got it confirmed from whatever you got there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't find a direct step. I'm gonna show you indirectly what happened. Okay.
On the water main.
Tab. Not the water main. The vote thing I was talking about earlier. Not the water main thing has been confirmed already. Mark Levin talked about that. I don't have to go over that. Actually, let me do my window because I gotta do multiple tabs. And let's do window. Actually, let's do the application window. I don't have any sound.
This is the one. This is the video of the photo guy. I wonder if it'll play.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to play this for them. Let me try to play it. See if it'll work. Oh, you guys can't hear it. I have to. Sorry, guys, but I'll just narrate because the guy's narrating. So what this guy's doing right here is he's having what seems to be like a fit, and he's getting upset. And right about now, he starts to flip off the ballot. He flips it off. Wait, hold on, right here. There, flip off, crumples it up. And he's just really having a hard time with life today. He's really struggling. Look at him. Does he look black to you guys? Does he look black?
Of course. Yep.
Of course he's black.
Of course.
That's a shame. That's a shame right
Doing
there.
the worst.
Some black people in the draw lines and who their friends are.
Okay, let me show you this real quick.
I think it was very... Oh, Lord. Look at this. Porn-addicted Pennsylvania judge accused of sexually assaulting a boy. All this is about the children, you guys. I hate to tell you that, but it's all about the children. That the status quo of their addictions to the abuse of children. Foster care system won't get fixed under a Biden presidency.
You know what's
open borders.
Go ahead, finish, Elle.
Go ahead. I was going to say, reopening the borders or having secure borders is not going to get fixed. The satanic ritual abuse of children is not going to get fixed. The recovery for addicts, the prison system, the reform system, I had a little bit of a revelation today. I didn't have time to post it, but these incidents of quote unquote police brutality, where do they primarily occur? What kind of cities do they primarily occur in?
Democratic cities. We all know
Democratic cities. And who's hiring these loose cannons that do stuff to blacks?
Uh-huh.
And they're doing it on purpose. They are hiring these rogue cops on purpose to continue the narrative that blacks that they need an underclass society to constantly vote for them. If you are black and you are watching this broadcast, you've been set up. You've been set up to be the way that you are.
Here's the most messed up part about BLM. They'll constantly say that, where policing started back in the days of the slave catcher, and they're the new overseers. Yeah, and guess who's appointing these officers that are acting as the new slave catchers and the overseers? The same freaking party that's been doing it for the last 200 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same party.
Mm-hmm.
How do you not see that?
They don't. It's amazing. It is so insipid and just amazing. Just the brainwashing that it's completely not apparent. To be honest, it's not apparent. Like it's
Donald Trump Jr. just posted the best thing for America's future is for @real Donald Trump to go to total war over this election to expose all of the fraud.
It is needed. I mean, we gotta go. They're gonna call him a dictator. They're going to call him a dictator, but you have got to shine the light on these freaking cockroaches.
Right. If you come
you can't come like a punk.
If you know
how embarrassing this is in other countries where this stuff goes on all the time?
Yes.
We've got people in Africa praying for us. Okay.
Yeah. Nigeria had a whole rally. They had a whole rally. I said Nigeria had a whole rally. A Trump rally in Nigeria.
Let me show you this real quick with the votes.
Okay, let me stop sharing. Hold on.
I found two. I've actually found the 2020 and the 2016 votes, and you can see what's going on now. It's going back to my point about apparently white men felt jilted or something. I don't know what happened, but look, I'm gonna go to 2016. This is 2016.
Okay.
If you go down to, if you look at the male vote first and foremost, now. The male vote, he got 52% of the male vote. This time he only got 49.
What?
Yeah.
But even the LGBT community was voting for Trump.
Yeah, but the thing is that, again, I'm trying to tell you, white men are fickle. There's certain things that they want to hear. Because if you look at the white vote this is 2016. The white vote was 54% for Trump. It went up to 57. But that's because he gained tremendously amongst white women. So the white conservative women went hard for Trump.
Let me see it again. Can you go back to the screen?
So
Sorry.
they literally
49?
set it out.
Wait, 43?
They literally set it out. What was it? Because he was talking about the platinum plan?
I guarantee you that's what it was. Yeah, I can tell you that. That's probably what it is right now. What happens is that, and I'm going to tell you how white men feel in this country. Because I talk to them all the time. I'm serious. I'm like,
okay. No, I hear you.
I talk to them all the time. They feel ignored.
How is that possible?
I'm gonna tell you how it's possible.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna get you in.
Trump?
I'm going to get you in. Yeah, because I'm telling you, the numbers don't lie. The numbers are right here. Something happened with the white male voter, and I'm telling you right now, they feel ignored. Because, like I said, when it comes to the whole thing about white privilege, Trump didn't explicitly just call it out. Say that's. Oh, I take that back. He sort of did when he got rid of critical race theory in the military.
Yes,
but he wasn't vocal about it.
No,
he should have been flat out vocal. Said this is a racist policy. We will not be talking about white people like this. They don't deserve this. If he had just done that, I mean, be vocal. Right. Don't just do it. Because a lot of people didn't even see it. Didn't even know it happened. I didn't even know it happened until I saw it in a news article. He did it on the slide. I'm like, you got to be vocal. I'm serious. White male voters felt jilted this year, and it's closer than it should be. You can't forget about them. A lot of people want to throw them under the bus for stuff that they didn't do.
Yeah, yeah.
And the thing is,
they had to know. Like I'm still on the fence about that. They had to know he was not about Biden's, supportive BLM and Antifa movement. They had to know that Trump, like, come on, like that's. I feel like that's weak-minded and facetious because they know that he's about all Americans.
Here's the thing, I know it's weak-minded and facetious, but the voting populace in this day and age are weak-minded and facetious. This election is proving that. This election is proof of that. Or better yet, like I'll put it this. Let me see. I know why he didn't go after BLM, but I think he declared Antifa a terrorist organization. He did not declare BLM a terrorist organization. He never did.
Why?
Because he didn't want to get called racist, even though that's exactly what they are.
Yep.
That's exactly what they are. If he had a flat out said, and a perfect example, you've seen it where they absolutely beat up white people.
But what if he didn't want any more violence, and that's why he kept it out of his mouth? I'll put it this way: when it's already gone to a complete poop show, you can't get any worse. You can't get any worse. Like a perfect example. Granted, yes, he gained in the black vote, but he only gained by 4%. His true base was the white male voter, which is still in this country the largest voting segment in the country. I'm telling you, when you look at the demographics, this is what's going on.
But at the same time, they've been claiming and protesting that, I'm not racist, I'm not this.
But they're not racist.
BLM and all of that. But then they should have known it, rather than sit it out, like the leftists do. Like they were saying that we're not really voting for Biden, we're just voting against Trump. Why wouldn't they at the same time say, I'm not voting for Trump, but I'm definitely voting against Biden, and just vote? Why would they do that?
People are fickle. People are fickle. You have to when it comes to voting, And a perfect example. I'll give you a perfect example. You had two perfect examples of this in the House race. Angela Stanton King.
Yep.
And Kimberly Clayson.
Mm-hmm.
The logical person will choose both Angela Stanton and Kim Clayson. But they not only did they lose, they lost big. You know why?
Really?
Yeah.
They did.
They lost big. It wasn't even close. I think
what happened?
Like,
you think?
Angela Stanton only got like 15% of the vote. She got blown out.
She did.
I saw the results. She got blown out.
And Nakima would not debate with her. Yeah. She would not do anything. She just won just because she's Democrat.
She won because she was a black Democrat. She's black and she's a Democrat. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think they really knew who the heck she was because she's a black and a Democrat. Yes. People, I tell you, the electorate is stupid. They are dumb.
Yep.
We are overrun by low information voters. So what happens is that if you don't hear a candidate directly advocate for you, because people don't read anymore, you could read an intelligent voters like us read. We saw that Trump ended critical race theory in the military. Mm-hmm. He should have, and the thing is, he only did it in the military. He should have called it out everywhere. Say, I ended in the military, and it shouldn't be taught in the universities either because it's racist.
Well, he ended it in the federal offices, though.
He ended in the government.
Office, yes.
Yeah. Military and federal office. He ended in the government. Mm-hmm. He should have literally had a press conference when he did that. It could have just been quick. He said, we will no longer teach critical race theory. It is not right to be racist against white people. We are not going to talk about white guilt. We're not going to talk about white privilege anymore because we don't know where these people came from. We don't know how hard they had to fight to get to where they are. If he had just done that on camera, because no one reads anymore. Everybody is all on this, the TV, and on these.
Yeah.
You got to get to them face to face, and he didn't. He failed to do that, and I guarantee you, the white male voter felt jilted by that because they don't read. Even white male voters, nobody reads anymore. I don't care what race you are. No one reads anymore. I'm just telling it like it is. I'm looking at the numbers.
We read memes.
Yes, we read memes and stuff, but but memes are like Trump doesn't meme anymore. But then again, you let the memers meme. Wow. But if he'd have just called that out like it was, I'm pretty sure the white male vote might have been a little bit different. I'm looking at the numbers and like, yeah, white male voters didn't vote for him like they did in 2016. Why? Or why did Biden draw so many more?
We're supposed to believe that's true, that Biden drew more than Barack Obama.
I don't have Obama's number. No, he didn't draw more than Barack Obama. I don't think he did. They're saying because Hillary Clinton.
They're saying.
Are you talking about total? Are you talking about total votes?
Popular vote, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, total votes. Yeah, that's the total vote is bullcrap. Actually, let me pull up the 2009 election. I'm going to pull that up. 2009.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to see if I can find some more memes. We gotta have a sense of humor around here. Oh, here's one that Lee will like. The total lack of action from virtually all of the 2024 GOP hopefuls is pretty amazing. They have a perfect platform to show that they're willing and able to fight, but they will cower to the media mob instead. Don't worry, Donald Trump will fight and they can watch as usual.
Watch as usual.
Wow.
It's totally disappointing.
Wow.
No, I mean, really. Really.
Wow.
Hardcore.
Wow. Are you ready, Dr. B?
Not yet. Hold on. I was looking at Don Jr.'s quote.
I'll be right there, you guys. I'll be right back.
That's 2009. It's 2008 election. He was inaugurated in 2009. Honestly, looking at the picture of Tom Fitton, we need an army of Tom Fitton because that dude is jacked.
He's pretty jacked, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Get just an army of Tom Fittons at the polls. Let's see if anybody tries to intimidate him.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll hit you with a freaking suplex or something.
Oh, look at Biden ballots are showing up like bricks at a riot.
That's true. It's funny because it's true. They're literally coming in on pallets off of trucks. He said, "Oh, I found some
Election fraud is worse than direct war because we lose without a fight. Severe punishment required for offenders. When
Yeah.
culprits are caught in the fraud of general election, we the people must demand life in prison. What they cost us demands it.
Oh, I'm going to go one step further. This is what Marcus Garvey actually advocated for corrupt government officials. Because if you it's not in this book, it's in that book I have on my bookshelf, Philosophy and Opinions on Marcus Garvey. He talks about governance, and he advocated that government officials should be essentially compensated well beyond their means, and the reason why is to prevent them from being corrupt. Because then, if the people gave them everything they needed, or even wanted for that matter, they couldn't be bought. However, if the government official or their families were corrupt, he advocated the death penalty for them. He said you got to actually get rid of them, like whoosh, off with their head, like Louis Marie Antoinette and Louis XVI style, like gone bye.
Yeah.
I mean this is what he talked about. I'm like, and I don't agree with everything Marcus Garvey talks about in his philosophy opinions, but that's actually a good one. I'm serious, that's a good one. If your life was on the line for when you took a political job, oh, you definitely would be on your P's and Q's, because as soon as people find out, you get in the rope.
Mara Barrett of NBC says Philadelphia mail-in ballot count has been temporarily halted as Democrats have gone to Pennsylvania Supreme Court to try and reverse the Commonwealth Court ruling allowing Trump observers inside to watch the count. Hello. Democrats basically will not let ballots be counted if non-leftists are in the room monitoring. If there was ever an admission of guilt, this is it. They don't. The Bible talks about people are going to think right is left and left is right and up is down and down is up. Come on, they don't think this is wrong.
And the thing, here's the thing.
It was there.
Here's the thing. This is in Pennsylvania, and these are Republicans. Last I checked, Pennsylvania got pretty decent gun laws. Next time they try to kick you out, I say it keeps going. Battle of Athens. Those veterans that came back from World War II did not play. They doggone near died for this country. They sure as heck wasn't going to let some corrupt sheriff take their voting rights away. Some of them probably got crippled from that war. Severely injured from that war. Psychologically scarred from that war. You think they're going to let some podunk little sheriff take their votes? Of course not. They went back with guns. Why aren't y'all doing that?
Look at this. Janelle Monáe, she's pretty far gone. Look at this.
Yeah, I used to like her, but she is off the damn deep end. She take a little midget butt on somewhere.
She's practicing that satanic cabal stuff. That's what she's doing.
Of course she is. Look at the dang on earrings. Just saying.
Oh yeah. Oh, she only wears black and white duality clothing.
Yeah. She's a little Masonic troll. I noticed that. It's all black and white.
Total troll.
Checkerboard.
Janelle Monáe, we see you. We see you, Janelle Monáe. Luciferian.
Here we go. Let's get this one.
Oh, here's a thing that I probably, my brothers and sisters in Christ, we must not murmur at the thunder of Egyptian chariots. Let our faith be proud of us at the end of this event. Amen. Even people of faith have to go to battle.
Okay. Holy crap.
Cam Bondi just updated.
Go ahead.
Cam Bondi just updated. I want to say she updated. Let's see what the timestamp is on this. Well, that's a while back. So, darn it. I saw this already on a press conference where the judge ordered the observers to be allowed, and they were still denied in Philadelphia. You know what else I found very difficult today? Just trying to find updated programming on YouTube. For example, I went to Fox to what they're calling something that was uploaded 56 minutes ago, and they're talking about last night's election. And I'm like, I don't understand. Why are you uploading videos 56 minutes ago that are talking about a day ago? So what are you guys doing? Yeah. I found it really difficult to find any recent media on what's happening now. I had to go to Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I would say even Newsmax TV
Holy.
and OAN were behind.
Yeah.
I don't know where they are, what they're doing. But it
Okay.
seems like everybody is sitting still today. Did you notice that?
I did. Let me show you the data that I found for the 2009 election. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop this.
All right, here we go. This is
Shout out to the
2009.
people who are watching. You must be shout out to anybody that's still listening and watching. You must be a little bit depressed and we're not helping you because it looks like you guys have all left. Please come back. We don't mean to depress you. We're just doing a little bit of a venting evening.
I said, please come back. Anyway, here's the thing. Looking at John McCain. Now, this election of Barack Obama won in an absolute landslide. John McCain got 55% of the white vote. Going back to Trump, he got 52. Now, in this election, he got 57. But let's look at the male vote, because that'll tell you what really happened with white males. John McCain got 48. Barack Obama got 49, which is stunning. A lot of people actually like Barack Obama. Look at this. Male vote is huge. Trump got 52 in 2016. Man, Republican, like I said, look at the male vote. He actually did better than McCain in 2016. He got 52%. Then it dropped down to 49. So some male votes swung, and then this thing is huge right here. Somebody voted for somebody else. This is probably all those votes went. Right up in here. I don't know who actually could have voted for. But something happened. And then McCain only got 4%. Now, this is where Trump made huge strides. McCain got 4%. I think that following year, Mitt Romney got 1%. Trump did a really good job. And I wish they broke it down by race and gender. That'd be awesome. Because what I found out is that Trump made huge inroads with the African American male. African American males are shifting more and more conservative. Here's the problem, though. African American males do not head their households.
Yeah.
African American males are not the majority head of African American households. It's the female. And the black female is responsible for all of this.
Tell me about it.
And the reason why is because the black female is usually single. Again, 70-something% of black households have a single female. She's getting government subsidies to be a single female. So she's going to keep voting for this stuff. With a black male.
It's not like Trump was going to take it away, though.
It's not. But all it takes is the threat that Trump's going to take it away. All it takes is the threat. If they think they're going to take it away, they're going to they want to make sure they get their freaking Medicaid.
Well, this was the agenda of the Plantation Party to do this. This was the agenda.
Oh God! Particularly with the black family, the black community has been completely and 100% socially engineered. Not just targeted, socially engineered.
Yep.
To a T. It's sad when you are a black father and you are considered some type of rare or endangered species. It's bad. I particularly a black married father. You got plenty of black fathers out here who are not married to their children's mother. So they're there in their kids' life, but they don't share the same household with their kids. It's odd when I go to like fill out forms for my children, and they ask me if do I share the same address with them.
Yeah.
Like, really? Has it gotten that bad where if I'm black, you're gonna ask if I share the same address with them? I guarantee you, no other ethnic group gets that question.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
And until this is where black men need to step up. It can, although women kind of hold the power to when it comes to sex and reproduction. If black men get their stuff together and get to the point where they are desirable, the black woman is going to have to come and step their game up. Because if they still act like that with that plantation mentality, you're going to see a whole lot of successful black people doing exactly what stereotypically the successful black man does.
Yep.
And that's not marry a black woman. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And essentially, what's going to happen, the black woman is going to be completely unmarriable.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of black guys, they say things like they're so nice, their family's so nice. I mean, those are the kind of things I hear, that they like the family unit of the white girl. Mm-hmm.
You know why that family is so nice? Because she actually has a family unit.
Right.
Duh.
Right.
All of them are like that. Most family units are like that if you got two functional people.
Right.
Yeah.
They may not be perfect. Nothing is perfect. They have their troubles. It's not like the freaking Cleavers on Leave It to Beaver. Shit, it's more like.
Listen, I'm proud of Lil Pump. I haven't heard one little song that dude ever did. He looks like a little cartoon character.
I know.
No, all his fans are too young to vote, but
yeah,
he's over there posting on behalf of President Trump. It didn't help that Diddy came out. It didn't help that Ice Cube came out. But
or no, like I said, they are trying to steal this election. It's obvious. So it actually does help for him to come out, because it's showing kids that what is showing the younger generation, particularly if they're black or Latino or Hispanic.
Sure.
Whatever you want to call it. Or into rap. You do not have to vote with the Democrat. I don't even care if you don't vote Republican. Honestly. Mm-hmm. I don't. But don't be locked up for that one party every single year.
Mm-hmm.
God, right? And then get mad at me because I don't.
Yeah.
But you're black, Lene. What do you mean because I'm black? What?
That's the highest form. That's the most blatant form of racism. You think, oh, because I'm black, I have to vote with this party? What, you telling me I'm a freaking robot? I'm an automaton that has to vote Democrat? Like, I got to vote Democrat. No.
Well, and to your point, Dr. B, to your earlier point, I was looking at a survey.
Uh-huh.
And when we're talking about marriage and whatnot,
yeah,
it was actually found that the longest standing marriages in terms of interracial marriages were between black women and white men.
Yep.
That black men tended, even though they were marrying for a particular ideal, they were still coming from a mindset, much like the black women were. And so you have a lot of, this is why we have a lot of white women with, mulatto children and are not even married. I have two sister-in-laws who are white, and they all went with, black men and never married them. But when you mix black women who are most probably conservative, who have elevated themselves out of the Shaniqua mindset. Mm-hmm. And they get with, they can't find typically they don't find black men who are interested in that mentality.
Exactly.
Because even if they have that mentality, they still want a white woman. They don't want a black woman.
Exactly.
For their whole, mental slavery issues, whatever it is. Uh-huh. So when they go with white men, they typically, have longer lasting marriages than the opposite.
Yeah.
And but my whole point of my platform is to inform black women, not just about elevating yourself with self-love and self-care and whatnot, and elevating your mentality, but also, ending generational curses, ending the epigenetic issues with the internalized slavery.
I'm glad you mentioned epigenetic issues, because that's what's going on right now.
That's exactly it. Since
And,
we have a whole culture of people who think that it's okay to have baby mamahood, amongst the Black family, don't even worry about, marriage or anything else. We really have to look at that and face the consequences of what we've been, accepting over the past 20 years with lowering the bar, allowing men to impregnate Black women with no regard or no responsibility.
yep,
That has to change.
yep, it does. And the thing is that it's honestly cultural, and this
Mm-hmm.
the culture, the whole culture topic we could literally do another 3 hour show just on
Yep.
that issue,
Just on
and
culture.
actually the people who are behind that culture push. It's
Yes.
diabolic what
Yes.
happens.
Yep.
So my situation is kind of interesting because I married my ex in 1990 and he was 12 years older than me. He was not he was not into gangs or anything. He basically went to church, okay? And my dad followed a similar style of pattern. He was not into rap. He dressed conservatively and he was, basically raised in the church. And these are a couple of the most disturbed people in my entire life, meaning short fuses, easy, easily, easy to name call somebody. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure where their dysfunction came in. My ex-husband seemed like he could make friendships, but he could make money. You know what I mean? He didn't have friendships, but he
Mm-hmm.
could make money. He could hustle money. Okay. And my own father, he married my mother. He married my mother. He was married. He marries the women that he's with, but he's had three. My mother was white and Mexican, and the second woman was black, and the third woman was white, Texan.
Mm-hmm.
So his mentality, because he lashes out at me, he'll say, "I'm angry. That's why I don't have a man." My dad will say stuff like that to me. Like,
Wow.
what are you trying to say, that I'm an angry black woman? Because I got news for you. I'm Latina, Irish, English, Spanish, and Mexican. And you the one making me angry. Yeah, I'm angry, all right. At you.
It's
At
true.
you. Coming at me like you have no respect that I'm your
That's the
child.
truth.
It's so much psychological damage going on. Even if they marry others,
Yeah,
there's still generations of psychological damage.
yeah,
And there's a concept that when a man feels powerless, and there's another man that he assumes is towering over him, or that he sees from historical perspective that is towering over him, the only thing that he can do to attain a sense of wholeness and manliness is to stamp down the women in his life, because they seem to be the less powerful, or more powerless than he is.
Now,
And
how's
so,
that working for you, though? How's that working for you?
that
A lot of these people can't make money on their own because they don't have good relationships because they're fake as heck. You
mhm,
know, they need a woman with them to make sure they have money. Like my
mhm.
ex. You know,
Some, not all, some depend on that woman to make that money while
that's what I'm
they
saying.
feel
Yeah, because they're
you're
not
right.
able to. Anybody who's watching, the only way that you're truly successful in life is based on the connection and the longevity of your good relationships. So I was
Hmm.
always taught, always when you leave a job, always leave on good terms because
That's
you
right.
never know. When you leave a relationship or leave a church, always leave on good terms. If
That's
you are
right.
unable to leave on good terms, keep it silent so that it's
Yep.
not really known that you have any issues of bitterness or anger towards
Hmm.
another job or employer or any kind of connection. Because at some point down the road, you're going to see that person again. You're
That's
going to
right.
meet them at the car show, on the cruise, uh, in the grocery store. You're going to see them, and it's so important not to have that energy between you. But you got to work really hard, and you know what? You have to be taught. You have to be taught. Stay networked. So when you got people that act like they're orphans, but they're in a world of people, it's a
Hmm.
dysfunction. And that's what Jesus is there for, to sort of bridge the gap between you and the entity of God as Father. And sometimes people don't want to really look at their daddy issues. They stem from seeing God through the lens of how their father and their father's father treated them. You can't do that. But you need a mature adult to walk you through. God is not your dad. Your dad is your dad. God is a whole different type of being. And you got all this anger and bitterness towards this entity that has nothing to do with that human did to you. And a lot of people need help being guided into that release of, I do forgive my dad. I forgive myself for treating everybody like I'm secretly just angry at my father. I forgive myself for doing that. And that's how you kind of get over yourself. Okay. That's how you get over yourself. That's everybody's issue though. You know what I mean? Would you agree on that, Leah?
Yeah, I would. Yep. Absolutely.
Identity is spiritual. Identity is spiritual first. Because no matter how difficult your parents are, you can still be fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
You can separate the way that you want to treat yourself from how you were raised.
Right.
I treat myself like I love myself. Okay.
That's right.
I look in the mirror, I go, hey.
That's the key.
That's the key. And honestly, it's not just loving yourself, it's knowing who you truly are. You gotta find
That's good, Dr. B.
that. Yeah, I shouldn't say find. You have to acknowledge who you truly are. And a lot of people are walking around on this planet are still stuck in essentially their small self instead of looking at what that higher self is really all about. You get to that, and you not only can you love yourself, you can love everybody, including your enemies.
And you talk a lot about the service of others. Can you imagine what a life the Democrat Party lives by just being out for number one all the time?
It's a
They're
horrible life.
Confused in their mind, confused in their choices.
Yeah,
they fall over themselves expose themselves. We don't even have to. Go ahead.
Perfect example, like your Kamala Harris's, your squads, your Joe Biden's, your Hillary Clinton's. Dang on there, all of them except Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard is one of the few Democrats that actually just wants to do right for people. That's why she's for like universal health care, because she doesn't want to see suffering people going bankrupt because they got cancer. So she legit wants to help people. I don't agree with her method, but the premise and principle she's coming from, I can sit down at a table and say, okay, let's work something out to get what you want and get what I want, so that we can actually help some people. The rest of these people just want universal health care to do one thing: control you, because all they care about is power.
Well, I saw something today that talked about America being a firewall against socialism and against the New World Order.
It is.
And people in Australia are scared that if America folds, that
the world's done. The world is done. The one world order will commence if America falls. There's a reason why early in the show I was so adamant, and
you were.
You know how I was, because I know what's at stake.
You have to rewind, Leah. He almost broke the
catch
internet.
it on the replay.
He almost broke the internet.
There's a reason why I have that flag on my wall right now.
Yeah.
Not only not only because I'm from Virginia, it's what our motto is. If you don't know what the Virginia motto is on that flag, it's sic semper tyrannis, thus always to tyrants. And you can see there's a woman with her little boob hanging out.
I can't see it. It's okay.
Let me see if I can. I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit. You can see it right there. That's the seal of Virginia. Woman standing over a tyrant with the crown knocked off.
Ooh.
That literally is that symbol has been on most Virginia seals since like the 1700s. It is the model of this state. This state is starting to lose that because of the people that they're electing. We're letting tyrants run the things. It's going to get to a point where people are going to be like, enough is enough. And you're going to see tyrants on the ground with people standing over them.
Yeah, so true.
Not the first time that happened in this country. So people don't get it twisted. He said, "Oh, we can't have a civil war." I'm like, "Yeah, we had one, and 600,000 people died. What are you talking about?" And that was fought with muskets. Could you imagine what it would look like now with modern weaponry? That 150 is probably more than that now, because last time I checked, there was 150 million American, 50 million gun owners. It's probably close to 200 million now. Consider what happened with COVID.
Well, let's give the courts a chance. Because the Bible says that the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As long as we're praying that the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, it'll work out. We haven't lost very many court battles. The Trump administration has not lost very many court battles these last 4 years.
They haven't,
except for in the courts that they knew that were slanted towards
yeah,
Democratic Party activism.
Yeah, we can pray for the courts, or I put it this way. There's a saying, I forgot who said the saying. You always want to pray for peace, but you always want to prepare for war as well.
That's right. Yep.
And there's another. This is actually I think a Chinese saying translated in English. You would much rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. So be prepared. You've always prayed for peace. You never want to go looking for a fight. You don't want to have a bellicose attitude towards everything. You don't want to look for the fight, but at least prepare for the fight. And going back to what we said earlier, that's been the problem with the Republican Party. They have not been preparing for the fight. They want to talk their way out of it, which is good. If you can talk your way out of it, great. But when it gets to the point where you can't talk your way out of it anymore, be prepared to scrap.
Right.
And see, that's the transition that we're in right now. Leah called it the other day. She said, I'm just sick of hearing these senators say all the right things during these Senate hearings. But these Senate hearings are not like, what do you call them? Why do I draw a blank? And this is the field I'm in. Secret indictments. They're not like, you're not in the middle of a jury trial. We're not in court, like actual court.
They're just talking.
And the difference in the party, the old GOP, is that the demographics are changing because Donald Trump reached out to the Hispanic and Black community. We do have thugs for Trump or thugs for the GOP. The GOP demographic is not your old white man anymore. And so thankfully, with the Bloods and the Crips being part of the Grand Old Party, maybe there'd be a little bit more fighting going on. I know that wimpy white guys are going, oh, thank God MAGA Hulk is out there. Thank God Bryson Gray is on Hollywood Boulevard. Thank God, because they are targeted right now for standing for Trump. Whereas a lot of black guys with these hats on, nobody's coming up to them. Oh, no.
You're right.
What's the matter, Dr. B?
Who's going to walk up to MAGA Hulk?
Nobody. We're taking pictures with him because it's. Say it again.
Actually, no, I'm just looking at some stats. Trump actually made quite a few gains amongst.
Can you share your screen? What are you looking at?
Oh, sure. I'm looking at the same results again.
We do have an audience of about 5, but I think that 3 of those might be us. I can't tell. I mean, Leah, maybe you can tell who's watching on your screen. But,
I had 2 on mine.
We do decently for being like non-celebrities. We do decently on replays. I've noticed I do decently on replays. Yep. You want to be the kind of show that people can learn something from. I get tired of certain YouTubers that I shall remain nameless because a lot of their hour, maybe it's an hour show, a lot of their hour is mocking the Democratic Party, just mocking them and talking bad about them, and that gets old too. And then I have another person that I like to watch all the time that what is the word I want to use? Kind of preaches to himself as if they were watching. He'll preach. He'll give all these. What are you trying to do? You trying to do this? You trying to do? And he'll spend his whole 10-minute video.
Oh crap!
Acting like he's talking to them, and it's fine. But I want something different.
Here's the thing. Looking at this, let's see. I was looking at the Hispanic vote last election. Trump got 28% of the Hispanic vote. He right now pulled about 32, so it's growing. He's making a dent in that.
God, I just thought it would be more. I just really thought it would be more.
Yeah, the Asian vote, I think.
How do the exit polls logistically really work? They have it on your ballot or on your driver's license. So what is the logistics?
They actually interview people.
They
interview when they call them exit polls. They literally interview people walking out of the poll. I wish he had the Asian.
I wasn't interviewed. I wasn't interviewed.
Yeah, never get interviewed on exit poll. I have no idea how to do exit poll. The polling is shot anyway.
Yeah,
most of the polling is shot anyway. Polls are broken now. Polls have permanently been broken because all the polls predicted a Biden landslide, all of them, and that didn't happen. Not even close.
Chrissy says sometimes you also have to accept the people that are around you. You have to accept them for who they really are, good and bad. Otherwise, you'll let them lead you down the wrong path. Sometimes we don't see it. We don't see it very easily until we've already been hurt. I am Candake says it probably is. They're throwing votes away. They're throwing votes away. Wow. This is ridiculous, you guys.
Yeah, I am Kendake is perfectly correct. I like you like that name. Yeah, because I'm very familiar with the Kendake or the Candaces of Kush. And Candace is actually mentioned in the what book of the Bible?
You're gonna have to school some of us that don't follow it.
The Kendake was the female ruler of Kush. One of the most famous ones is Queen Amanirenas, who fought and won against Augustus Caesar when Rome tried to. They pretty much conquered all of Egypt. They tried to go into Kush, and she whooped that butt. They went to a stalemate. And as a trophy, she got the head from a bust of Augustus Caesar and put it under her throne. She was a bad woman. She was a bad woman. They need to make a movie about her. Seriously,
I wish they would. She
was an awesome historical figure. But yeah, awesome name.
We are coming up on the hour and a half. We're just over an hour and a half mark, and I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but what is our next move? Like, what do we, aside from showing up in Washington, D.C., or where do you show up when your candidate isn't winning? Where do we even march?
Well, depending on the state you're in, right now my state is pretty much done. So, not Trump. Biden won this state, so nothing really much I can do in this state. Or anything, but all the people who are in those close swing states where they're doing recounts, you need to be out there in front. If you can be if there's time to become a certified poll watcher, do it. If they won't let you in and you're in a state that allows you to open carry, by all means, open carry. Say, yeah, we're here to count votes. I know Pennsylvania. I think Pennsylvania is an open carry state. I know for sure Arizona is. Arizona's not just an open carry state. Arizona's a constitutional carry state. You don't even need a permit to conceal carry. You walk right up in there and say, "Yeah, I'm here to count votes. Here's my certification. I'm here to watch you all. And yeah, I'm carrying, so don't even try no funny business up in here. Don't brandish it, but let them know that you're not playing.
Yeah.
If you have armed guards on a Brinks truck, just guarding money, fiat freaking money.
Yeah.
Why do we not treat our votes the same way?
Yep.
That's right.
That's far more important.
A lot of us didn't even know how lax it was until some of the videos started coming out. Like these cell phones have revealed a lot of stuff. I mean, we're talking about somebody just dumping ballots on the street and keeping it moving.
Yep. Like I said, the
Democrats set that up to be so lax. Just like these borders. They set these borders up so lax so they can make that drug money and have them children.
Mm-hmm. It's lax like that so you can have it rife with corruption.
Right.
And it's time for people to wake up and take their vote back. If you're going to have universal franchising, by God, please treat it like you need to treat your vote more precious than the money in your freaking bank account right now.
That's right.
You wouldn't dare let somebody play around with your money.
Well, most people not going to play around when 2022 comes along.
We'll see. We'll see. Because, like, honestly, like, if they don't fight this, this may be the last free election you see in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that lightly.
Nope.
I know.
I know. I know.
So 2022, you ain't gonna have time to, like, if they get control, they'll stack the deck, they'll pack the court, we're screwed. And the only thing that's gonna stop that is a non-political solution. And a lot of people don't want to see that. It will happen though. When you actually, when you push people to the breaking point, they break. And when they break bad. It's like a Mitsubishi. Once it breaks, it's broke.
Yeah. I mean, and that, to be honest, I've been racking my brains in terms of, we need to just speak out on social media,
No,
but
it's not gonna
social
work.
media
You can't
is
speak out-
censoring
yeah,
us and banning us.
Perfect example right here.
Yeah.
I was
So-
on Instagram. I didn't even post anything regarding the election yet. I was just watching my feed. I said, okay, I'm not gonna post anything yet. I'm away. All of a sudden, poof, gone.
What?
Everything. You haven't heard?
No.
Yeah, I lost all my Facebook accounts, all of them, for 30 days.
Wow.
Not just my Instagram. My normie Facebook account, gone. And a lot of my friends, I thought it was just me. Now I have, like, the group of guys I talk to, we are on a different app that's encrypted, so they can't find us. And it's completely private. I said, and I went on just to check, and one of the guys said, my Facebook page is gone. I was like, oh crap, you too? And a bunch of others were gone. I was like, yeah, they're targeting those that are really on the right. They'll probably target some Trump supporters too. Cause I was trying to check, and a lot of the other people I follow, cause I started a new Instagram page, and a lot of the people I follow are still up. So I think they targeted me and the people I know, because we know people like Proud Boys and stuff.
Right.
And that's why.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there like, I say, they claim that, I violated their community standards on, like, hate speech. I'm like, what's hate speech have I posted? I don't
Exactly.
post hate speech.
Yep.
I post facts.
Well, that's hate speech.
I don't even post joking memes about things like ethnicity or anything. I don't even talk that stuff. Because I was trying not to get freaking hit with a ban.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, because I know somebody that knows somebody, we got to get rid of him.
Right.
They didn't say, we need to verify your account. I'm like, my normie page was verified. You asked me to do that when you were asking for verification. You already have my stuff, so what are you trying to do? I'm tempted to be like, just screw Facebook, I'm out.
It's real. So I think I agree with you that it's going to take momentum and people to really stand up. But I think between the momentum and people really standing up, because it's independents and conservatives who are not, savage by nature, they're going to sit it out and just kind of watch and lament and carry on, but not going to really do anything until finally it's set off. And then it's just going to be, we can't handle it anymore. So I think that's really going to be from 0 to 50 miles per hour, and that's it. People are going to finally revolt. It's going to be bad.
Yeah.
Because the way we see it right now with the censorship, with what's going on with this election, it's embarrassing, to be honest. I feel embarrassed. I feel embarrassed that, Germany, we've got people all over the world that are pro-Trump and aren't even Americans. I've got Germans on my page. I've got people in Indonesia, like Nigerians. They're all pro-Trump.
Yeah. And I am Kendaki left for interesting comments. I watched someone say that Trump watermarked the mail-in ballots with a chip so he could be able to find all of his votes that were thrown away. If you have that link, if you watched it and have the link, put that in the chat because I want to check that out. Please put that out there. That'd be interesting. Because I would like to know if they had it in like red areas where he could have watermarked the ballots. And then they can find them. Say, yeah, you threw this away. And they voted for me.
Right.
We'll see.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, I already knew. I can't say I'm embarrassed because I've seen this before in 2020. Not 2020, in 2000.
Mm.
I saw this before. It's the same. It's the same script.
With the Chads.
Yeah, and in fact, like they call that case Bush v. Gore. It was Al Gore that started the case. So why don't you just call it Gore v. Bush? Usually, you list the plaintiff and then the defendant. Al Gore was the plaintiff. They make it seem. They even changed the order so it made it look like Bush sued Al Gore. That's not what happened. To see how this is the manipulation that they pull on you. And the sad part is that was literally just the Voodoo Diva is the channel the video aired today. Oh, okay. I am going to pull that up. I'm about to look that up later. Awesome. Thanks for the tip. Nice. But yeah, I've seen this before, and the sad part is that with that election, it was Globalist A and Globalist B going against each other. And honestly, I'm starting to believe that election was a psyop to prepare us for this moment.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like Bush was some uber patriotic. Even the whole comment, I remember when he was during the primary, he said, "Who was your most influential person?" And the man said, "Jesus Christ." And I'm sitting like, that's a freaking cop out. You freaking blood, skull, and bones Satanist. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
I know how your family. I know how the Bush family rolls. Come on now.
That's right.
Come on now. No, y'all not like that. You don't get down like that. You said that as a ploy to get those evangelical voters on your side, and it worked like a freaking charm.
Yep.
As Bush proceeds to essentially strip away your rights via the Patriot Act.
Yep.
He's the one that actually had to make you take off your dang on shoes before you got on the freaking airplane. He's the one that made you actually have. You couldn't have no more than 2 ounces going on the airplane. Yeah, that's because of Bush.
Yep.
Last time I checked, I'm like, okay, the terrorists use knives and box cutters. What does the size of my water have to do with that? That whole entire operation was a means to start the control.
Yes. And
I even mentioned this on Maj Torres page. She had I think I talked about this, on Tuesday. He had a post like, when was the first? When did you begin to not trust the government? I'm paraphrasing. I said, right at 9/11, and I mentioned this. If you go back to the clip, it's a very famous clip where George W. Bush is sitting in an elementary school's classroom, and the kids are going over their sight words, and their sight words for the day. I kid you not. Go find the clip. I should post it on my YouTube page if I can find it, because I'm pretty sure it's starting to disappear. Their sight words for the day were kite, hit, steal, plane, and must. And they repeated those words. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, that is a ritual that they're doing. And I'm like, that was the beginning of where we are now. Because America, everybody realize, if you're old enough to remember in the audience, America prior to that point was very, very different.
Yes.
We were at our peak.
Yes.
And the sad part is the Matrix hinted at that, because that's why the Matrix, the society that they set up in the Matrix simulation was like the mid to late 90s America. That's what the society they were in. He said, oh, that's when human civilization was at its peak. It's like, and that movie came out in 99, and it turned out to be true, because everything went downhill after that point.
That's right. No, you're right.
Oh my God, the Wachowskis they had to be in the know. It's too many. I rewatched that series and I'm like, okay, they were right. Oh, they were right here too. Oh, they're right there. 20 years later, I'm like, y'all, you knew something you were trying to tell us, but a lot of people didn't listen.
Right. Well, they often share that information in movies. Also, you know, that's why they foretell things. I guess it's a part of their whole cult thing that they have to expose and share what they're actually doing. Oh yeah, before they do it, so that there's accountability or whatever it is. But
it happens in lesser magic a lot. It's an incantation, so you got to tell people what you're doing in order for it to happen. But they do it in code, so you don't. It's not overt. But it's not even from lesser magic. It's the understanding of higher level spirituality. That whatever you speak or think becomes reality. Right. It can work on the godly, like on the good godly form. I'm like, that's why Jesus said, if you got the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Yeah, because if all of a sudden you have that faith and you speak it into existence, it will happen. That's how it works. God
Yes.
spoke the creation into existence. He said, let there be light. It was spoken into existence. You have that same power. Evil people realize that too. So if you want to speak damnation and darkness, yeah,
Right.
they do it and it's going to appear. But you
Yep.
got to be able to fight it.
Yep.
So they keep you from being able to do it while they're doing it. Because you're
That's
waiting for
right.
somebody else to fix it for you.
Yep. Big facts.
And that's exactly, if people realize that, you can stop them cold.
Yes.
But they got people, I mean, you see it with the Republican Party. It's like they're waiting for something.
Yes.
Who are you
It's
waiting
true.
for?
It's like, what are you waiting on? What are you
Who are
doing?
you waiting for?
What are you doing? It's annoying as heck. Like, it's really, really bad. So, I know that I'm trying to find the reference. I know that they lost one case, the Trump lawyers.
It was probably Pennsylvania.
And which city? Was it in Philly? I think there was one city.
I think one was in Philly.
But all the rest of them, are still ongoing. But we did hear the results of that one, that they lost that case. So I don't know what their next move is, but I need some real iron balls and steel.
What
and
I
I'm
missed-
hoping the white folks, the white men that you're talking about that set it out, I'm hoping they wake up and realize, oops, this was not the time to be, extra or whatever. I'm hoping. And so here's a question.
What did I
Here's
miss,
a
you
quick
guys?
question. You guys, here's a quick question. Do you think they are going to, and I don't know the precedent, but can you have a whole state repost their ballots? If they find out the whole thing is just a jack show and it's just fraud everywhere, can they all redo and go vote again?
Can we get a do-over? Can we just do a do-over? Can we have
Yeah.
another national election?
Yeah,
Here's
or
the thing,
even
though.
in some states. Even in some states.
This is what most people are forgetting about too, as well. And I'm gonna ask this question. I'll give you, if you know the answer, spit it out. Do you know whose responsibility it is to appoint the electors for a given state? Do you know whose responsibility that falls under?
Governor?
Vice president?
Nope.
Who?
You
Governor.
can't close with the governor. It's actually the state
Attorney General.
legislatures. No, not even attorney general. It's the state legislature, the whole entire body.
Oh,
And
that
here's the
sucks.
thing. No, that doesn't suck. That's good for Trump. Because the Pennsylvania state legislature and the Arizona state legislature are run by Republicans.
Okay.
So we'll see if it will suck if you got a bunch of globalist, bootlicking Republicans in there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got ones that are pro-Trump, they're the ones that actually send the electors. And people are forgetting this. This is why people need to be really careful when they listen to idiotic Democrats. They keep saying that, well, this is a threat to our democracy. Newsflash, we're still a republic.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Those electors are the ones who actually choose the president, not you. The founding fathers set that up because they hated democracy. Democracy is four wolves and a sheep deciding what's for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
That's democracy. We are a republic. And that's the reason why. He said, Leia Love, he said the watermark is supposedly fake news by QAnon. I have to look that up. I'm going to look it up. Oh, no, that's from L. You looked that up, L? The watermark is supposedly fake.
I saw Mikey talking about it today, that these QAnons are trying to spread that Trump supposedly put a watermark on the ballots.
Okay.
But it's totally state. Those ballots being generated and or created are state by state. It's not even, we don't even have a system where there's even a watermark, because if we put our little ballot in a machine, we do it, comes out, there's no watermarks on it. It's super computerized, but it's Texas, and they're not messing around over here. So you guys, we got 5 more minutes, and I am dog sitting a very active, I guess it's a Labrador / retriever, and he's gonna start whining because we shoved him into the dog crate.
Yes, I do that too.
And he already had
like
2 accidents since I've been on the thing.
Ew.
No, that's fine. I potty trained all the rest of the dogs.
Okay.
There's that nervous cough again, Dr. B.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, for me, and I'm about to close out because I'm still like recuperating from that 3 a.m. from the other night. Like, clearly my age is showing, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I am just praying for the Trump campaign, the lawyers that they already knew. I'm praying that just like he has Giuliani behind him, Giuliani has been releasing a lot of information. Surprised that it didn't go further, but is what it is. But I think with the long haul, even past January into February, we're going to see some major stuff if we can trust these people to not be doormats and just kind of let things fizzle. So that's my hope. Hi, Dean.
Yeah, the thing about it's great that Giuliani is releasing the information, but honestly, I at this point I just want to see it. I want to see some indictments. I'm sorry.
Me too.
I want to see
Most of the
indictments.
country does. Like, what is
Especially
going on?
for voting.
And can I ask you guys something? I meant to ask you guys about that because I didn't yet research it. What's the deal with this Barr guy? I thought he was a
Oh my
pro-Trump
God, tell me about
or whatever.
it.
What's wrong with him?
Bart, you do realize that Bart was the Attorney General for Bush 41, right?
No, I didn't
Yeah.
know. But what's wrong with him?
I'll put it this way: he's probably still a swamp creature, just not the worst one you can have. Because Bart is all talk and no action, which is a typical sign of a freaking swamp creature.
Tell me about it.
And the thing is that I get that Trump has to appoint people that will probably get confirmed by Congress.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, you got to put some heavy hitters in there, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to put somebody that's going to not just... I need people that's like Teddy Roosevelt that speak softly and carry a big stick. You can even speak loudly as long as you carry that big stick. But you need to carry the stick and start swinging it.
Why hasn't he initiated anything? Like, I don't understand it. Why is he... I don't understand
Allegedly,
it.
it's because it's like, oh, you don't want to do it as an election because it looks political. I'm like, if that's wrongdoing, it's wrongdoing. I don't give a crap if my opponent's accused of being political. I'll flat out tell him. He's like, oh, if I was president running for re-election and I knew all that crap with Hunter Biden down, I'd say, you better. Right. I'm like, you need to indict him now. I'll be flat out. I'm not gonna say what you're waiting for. I'm like, if you don't indict him, I'm firing you and putting an interim AG in.
So maybe that's where the white male vote stayed home because we're talking about pedophilia. We're talking about Trump administration not cracking down on or not having someone indicted over this Hunter Biden stuff. And it's like, okay, so dude has his hands in China and you're almost quiet about it.
Yes.
Like
I mean, you're talking about it on Twitter, but you're not.
Why is Joe Biden even there?
Exactly. You're talking about it on Twitter, but yet you're letting this man run for president.
Thank you.
I would have indicted him. And honestly, if the video's like, oh, are you indicting him for political reasons? I'd have been like, it would have been me in the press conference and Kayleigh McEnany beside me with a binder full of all the crap in Hunter Biden's laptop. And I say, Kayleigh, would you like to answer that question? She'll be like, sure, Mr. President. Here's a picture we found in Hunter Biden's laptop.
Thank you.
Here's another picture of this in Hunter Biden's laptop.
Play that video at your rallies.
Put that sucker on the Jumbotron. Have some blurred out, have the blurred out faces of teenagers that Hunter Biden is getting a foot job from.
Thank you.
I would have put him on blast.
So what's the problem?
We got this sissy white man in that GOP party up in that DC telling him to do things a certain way.
Exactly.
But Trump is quick to fire some people, so I don't understand why he's had this guy here for so long.
I don't know, beats the heck out of me, but like honestly, if it had been me, Hunter Biden, I'd have put Joe Biden on blast.
Total blast.
He did during the debate, but the problem is that he is so the bureaucracy in DC is so thick. He honestly can't do it by himself. He can't just say, "Oh, indict him." Justice Department's going to drag their feet. He could firebar and put it. He could firebar and put an interim AG in. But what about all the subordinates under him?
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem he's having with the ATF right now. This is actually on I would say an unrelated issue to the election, but in the gun community right now, the ATF is now calling all AR pistols, which essentially is the AR-15 platform, but without a stock. It has like the buffer tube and a brace. And by having that configuration, you can have up to like a 7-inch barrel, which means your gun could be about like that big. Like that. If you get it on camera. There we go. Like that. They're calling those now what you would call any other weapon, which is an AOW item. You have to get a tax stamp, which is $200, and and have it registered with the BATF, which requires fingerprinting. And typically, it takes 6 months to a year to get the paperwork, to get the tax stamp to buy the weapon.
Good God!
Wow.
Yeah, if you
they make you pay for even wanting a weapon.
If you have it, and you don't have that, here's the kicker though. If you have that weapon and don't have the tax stamp on the proper paperwork for it, it's 10 years in federal prison.
Wow.
Now, and here's the other kicker. Donald Trump signed an executive order telling the ATF not to make any more rulings in regards to things like guns, on issues like that. But ATF completely ignored him. So even his own ATF is not listening. You have the previous administration have left stay-behind networks that are loyal to the establishment. They're not going to listen to Donald Trump because it's a massive bureaucracy right now. So they don't have to listen to him. He can't fire them all. Literally, it's at the point where he can't fire them all. As you heard the term "too big to fail," most bureaucracies are too big to fire. And the only way you could possibly even do something about it is you'd have to get control of the entire Congress with a bunch of Donald Trumps and say, "Oh, goodbye," because it's Congress that passes the expenditures for these departments. If they say, "Nope, we're cutting you off. You're done. Bye," they're gone. And typically, once these departments get started, they're very hard to get rid of. Because going back to the election of 1980. When Ronald Reagan ran against Jimmy Carter, he ran on the promise of ending the Department of Education. And at the time, the Department of Education was only 2 years old. That he ran on ending the Department of Education. Where are we right now? We still have the Department of Education.
Oh my God, do we ever?
Department of Education is not even much older than me.
Wow.
And now we have somebody like Betsy DeVos talking about school choice. No, your first job as the head of the Department of Education should have been trying to end the Department of Education. You should be trying to dismantle it completely.
We got to talk about ending the CIA.
Well, we know what happened to Kennedy when he tried to do that. That's why he got killed. That's why Pappy Bush was on the scene where he got assassinated. I should say Poppy Bush. He's not called Poppy Bush because he got grandkids. You know why he's called Poppy Bush? Y'all do know why he's called Poppy Bush, right?
No.
No.
You don't know?
Okay. Kennedy, or you talking about?
I'm talking about H.W. Bush. His nickname is Poppy. It's not because he had grandkids.
P-O-P-P.
It's not because he has grandchildren. He's called Poppy Bush because Skull and Bones used to actually make money by dealing in opium.
In Afghanistan. Yep.
That's how they raise money. So that's why he got the nickname Poppy, from the poppy plant, not from having children.
You guys.
Yep, I knew that.
The corruption is thick, and like I said, you gotta stare into the abyss in order to fight it. Just you gotta be careful not to stare too long.
Guys, shout out to my avatar. Hello, look at my avatar. Seriously,
the one in the corner.
Seriously,
I see that for you. That's where we're at right now.
I made it on the Bitmoji. I did it.
Oh wow! Okay.
She looking like me, huh? On that note, you guys, it's gonna be okay. If any of you guys want to go live Saturday night, is that you guys able to do that? Anybody able to do that?
I'm actually going out Saturday night, so I will be chilling with my boys.
Look at you.
I have to see, but I should be available. But
if you were to be available, what time? What time would you want to do it?
Uh,
I'm
Probably
always I'm,
7-ish
I just
or a
want to do
little bit earlier.
a special show of the news that we're dealing with right now. Normally I wouldn't
Right.
do Saturday because I like to chill out. But if we were to
Mm-hmm.
do 7, I'll connect with you
That would be
maybe.
6 your time.
Yes. I will connect with you Saturday morning. It would just
Okay.
be a vote counting related. It wouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
anything that we'd have to,
So
get a
this is in the
slideshow
morning.
ready for. 7 p.m.
PM. Yeah, no, I won't be in the morning. No,
No, no, no, no,
I
no.
won't be there in the afternoon. I'll be out.
Nobody watches in the morning.
I'll be sitting by
Nobody
a
Mm-hmm.
watches.
bonfire.
And even our show, when me and Leah go together, we'll be going up against ABL. But I think ABL's audience is a little different. I heard one of his callers tell him how grateful he was to him because he was looking for like-minded Black conservative men to look up to,
Mm-hmm.
and he just didn't feel so alone when he would watch the show. So he does have a certain demographic that he really reaches. I think it's a Black male demographic. I think, Leah,
Mm-hmm.
we need to do a little bit of talking about the Black female, the Latina female.
That's right.
um, my type of ethnicity, we're totally being left out of the conversation.
That's true.
The
That's true.
mixed one with all kinds of heritage going on.
Mm-hmm.
All my heritages were abused. Okay.
Yep.
There's not one race of people that wasn't a slave at some point in
The whole
history.
entire planet was at one point. Even white
Exactly.
people.
And we're about to be that again if we're not careful.
That's right.
We're all about to be slaves under this the dictatorship of Lucifer, because
That's
that's
right.
what it really is.
You're
Lady
right.
Gaga wasn't Lady Gaga wasn't at that event for Biden because she liked Biden. She's a fellow Luciferian.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a
She's
That's
Satan
it.
about
witch.
being antichrist, you guys.
Can you imagine?
So we need to work on our Black females to be Harriet Tubmans again. Like,
That's
what are we
right.
doing? We're too
That's
busy
right.
trying to be like Kim Kardashian and all
All
this
of
No,
that.
they're
nonsense.
just trying. No, Kim Kardashian and all the black females trying to be like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, which is
That's
a
true.
dumb name, by the way. Because I'm
Now,
like, you're Megan Thee
now
Stallion. You do realize a stallion's a male horse, right?
they
No,
don't
but it's
care.
purposeful. It's purposeful because they have masculinized the women and
Yeah, I
feminized
know
the men. So
exactly. You hit
it's
it right on
very
the head.
purposeful.
I know it's very purposeful, but it just shows you how dumb people are. They're
Yes.
Googling, they're drooling all over her. I'm like, okay, she's a male horse, so I guess
Yep.
you want man. You know what?
That's right. No, it's real. And they're
I
not
know
even
it's
going that
real.
They
far.
don't
I know
just
it's
they
real. I
don't
have to
just
laugh at it because it's so absurd.
Yep.
but that antichrist spirit dwells in women. It's called Jezebel.
Mm-hmm.
The antichrist spirit is called Jezebel, and she just doesn't want to be. She just doesn't just want to be in power. She wants to emasculate men.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to cut off their gifting,
Mm-hmm.
their
Yes.
prophetic, their talents. She's just so jealous, and it's really just at its core, it's just envy at a whole nother
Yeah.
level.
Yep.
But on that note, Leah, we may want to dive into the Black female voter
Yes.
in a different way than we normally would. Look at some
Mm-hmm.
numbers and
Mm-hmm.
just chat about what is eating us up so much that we would sacrifice our own country.
That's right.
What is going on the inside of us that we would do this to our families? And,
Can,
and
Yeah.
sadly, some of these prophetic preachers that I listen to, like Mario Murillo, they're saying, some people just won't get it until they have no food to eat.
Mm-hmm.
No food to eat, no place
it's
to live. You go down these beautiful streets. Beverly Hills could one day look like Venezuela. And
I
then
was
you'll
going to say
finally go,
that. Yeah,
oh, I'll turn to God. I'll turn from my
Right.
wicked ways and pray for my land.
Right. Too
I'll do it
late.
then.
Mm-mm.
Hopefully some of us will be raptured.
Mm.
I still believe
Woo.
in rapture. Please rapture me, Lord.
Mm.
Where's that Jim Jones punch?
Oh my gosh.
I will
Just
take that
so
punch
funny.
so fast.
Yo, you want
I
some
will
of the
take that.
Kool-Aid? No.
I will be out of here. Out of here. See ya. Yeah, I'd rather take the
Yep.
punch than be killed and starve to death. I'd rather take the punch. But on that note, If you guys are ready to go, we're going to go ahead and close shop. I appreciate
Yeah.
you guys watching. I really do appreciate you guys watching on the replay. I do thank you for the likes. If you haven't liked this video yet,
Yes, thumbs
please
up.
do.
Let's
A
get
lot
it,
of us
you
are
guys.
totally shadow banned right now. A
Yeah.
lot of us are
Yes.
totally
Also,
shadow banned.
put my ad for the new Instagram page because I'm starting from scratch with this one.
True.
And it's
Sure,
on a
go ahead.
Proton Mail. It's on a Proton Mail account, so Google ain't gonna find me on this one. I mean, Facebook ain't
Yeah.
finding me on this one.
Yeah.
I got you as DO. DOCTOR. What's the rest of it? What do you
I'll
have?
put.
What did you create? What did
I'll,
you
I'll
create?
put. I'll put it in the private chat, and then you can.
Yeah, no,
you
you
can
can totally put it in the screen. I don't know why you can't put it in the screen because your YouTube page is right here. See if you can put it in the screen.
Okay, yeah, I can put it there. Hold on.
Let's see if it works, and then I'll blast it on the screen. And I'm just hoping that it won't take till January. And you guys, if you guys want to continue to do this panel show, I can take our advertising to a whole nother level. We can do sponsors and stuff, sponsored stuff on Facebook and whatnot. I actually have my Ask El Michelle Facebook page, and it's actually not doing too bad for the fact that I never promote it. Oh, my bad, Dr. B.
Do this one. Do this one. I forgot to put where it is.
Oh, my bad. I'm doing weird stuff. Sorry, guys. Somebody was talking about Nancy. Chrissy, how you doing today? We appreciate you watching. We really do. See that Dr. B handle? That's for Instagram, for those of you that are on Instagram. He got just the rug pulled out from under him.
They ain't pull out the rug. They literally blew up the whole house.
You know, I'm not even using hashtags. I'm not using my normal hashtags. I'm not even worrying about Instagram. Thank God I do believe in the Lord, because I told the Lord, I said, Lord, I'm going to put like the number 33 on this. I'm going to hashtag this post number 33, because they're not going to take that algorithm because it's the Masonic stuff. So I had a voting video. I'm like, hashtag 33. It is what it is.
I'll tell you the silver lining about my IG getting banned for 30 days.
There's the silver lining.
Yeah, there is a silver lining, because right now my IG doesn't have anybody I know on it. I'm about to cut loose. You about to see some. You about to see some memes that I've been saving for a very, very long time.
Yeah, I tried to find my old account, and it's still not pulling up.
Yeah, so please, anybody who's watching it live or you watch it in the replay, if you watch it on replay, follow me on IG, because good stuff is about to start coming. I'm about to cut loose right now. I'm done. I'm posting stuff that I know is going to absolutely confuse the algos.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you watching. We're going to go ahead and sign off. And Lee and I are going to come back on Saturday for a update on news and give you guys some encouragement for Sunday. And appreciate you watching. See you around.
See y'all later. Have a good one.